Sat Stacking Saturday. Welcome, fam, to No. 1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we maintain above $103,000. Also, the latest from Robert Kiyosaki. He says, ditch the fake money for the Bitcoin, gold, and silver. We'll also be discussing BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF post 356 million worth of inflows, marking the longest streak thus far in 2025. Also, breaking news, yo, UFC legend Conor McGregor wants a Bitcoin strategic reserve in Ireland. Let's make it happen, Conor. We'll also be discussing Arthur Hayes just blazed, says crypto bull market primed to continue, outlines his Bitcoin path to 7 figures. And speaking of 7 figures, strategies Michael Saylor, who was recently interviewed by CoinStory's Natalie Brunell, and says Bitcoin will hit 13 million by this particular date and will replace cash and gold. I'll be breaking it down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Happy Sat Stacking Saturdays. Shout out Nippinator, your former chairman of the SEC. Bitcoin maintaining above 103. Next leg up's gonna take us price discovery. We're within striking distance right now. I can feel it in my loins. Welcome everyone on the live. Renee, good to have you back. Looking like a failed rally. 120 CNA fam, 5th level G is where you at. Chandy 10 in the building. Tammy Hatcher, happy Saturday CNA fam. It's cold and rainy here in Atlanta. Well, sending you some sunshine here from Puerto Rico and some warmth. Georgia's 55. Georgia's no joke. I'll get my peaches out in Georgia. Yeah, that's it. Hey, I am at home watching the greatest show on the tube. Love you, brother. Right back at it, DNA. Respect. Shout out Short Coin. I believe the Knickerbockers are playing right now during the live stream. Keep me up to date. I'm sure you're watching, Serge. You already know. You can feel it in the air tonight. A little pumpy pump. Shout out James Smith. Shout out Sergio and the rest of the fam. This is a live stream, streaming live on Sat Stacking Saturday. And looks like some new caps are featured on the site. Let's go, broskies. BitcoinCaps.net. Get yourself a custom Biddy cap like you see right here. Shout out Sergio and the rest of the fam. All comments and quotes to the live stream will get reposted. You guys already know the routine. This is how we hack the algorithm. And we orange pill the masses like a blackberry Biddy molasses. And you're going to notice the stream already pinned to the top of the profile on X, so it should be easy to find, Famalam. Again, all comments and quotes will get reposted in real time, and thank everyone in advance for the hookup. Tammy says, always love some JV. It is unusual weather for us. It is cold. We are going back up to the 80s next week. Speaking of the 80s, remember when we were playing the 80G song? It felt like yesterday. And here we are in the hundos. 110 incoming. Send it. And again, welcome everyone joining us today on the live stream. A lot of bullishness on the markets. This week has been very bullish, clearly recapturing 100,000 for the first time since January. Long overdue for our next leg up, fam. I dare say next leg up is going to land us somewhere between the 120 to 130 range. Shout out Serge, Maui Dave, the rest of the fam. I'm reposting everyone right now. We ain't got no time to waste. And enjoy the theme music. And as a bonus, I got some show and tell for you today. I'm going to share some miracles with you, which is going to blow your mind, hopefully. Tammy says, Luke 2:51, this verse illustrates the love and influence a mother has on her child's development as Jesus was obedient and cherished his mother's word. Amen. Bitcoin Daily holding the 1.5 Fibonacci level 1028, next up all-time high, but the RSI log histogram showing us a bit of the weakness. So I expect a minor correction, sell pressure, according to Greg. Remember the ADGs, like it was yesterday.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Special shout out, Sweet Biddy McGee and Darth Melda. I see ya. Just reposted you both. Greatly appreciate it. And again, welcome those just tuning in. This is a live stream, try stream. And as you know, it's Sat Stacking Saturday, so a great opportunity to stack the sats, especially at 103, considering we all know pre-low Biddy is going to be at 200,000 before you know it. Mark my words. You already know. But anyways, fam, we're about to kick this mofo off. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and happy Mother's Day in advance. Obviously, tomorrow is the big day, so don't forget to get your mother something very special, passionate, and untamable. You must be referring to the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon. Exactly. We may have to summon that dragon here shortly for the pump. Shout out Fairground, again, Sweet Biddy, and the rest of the fam. But we're going to kick this mofo off. I got me some espresso. Let me know if you're caffeinated up this fabulous Saturday as we continue to stack the biddy. Let's get it. What up, shouty? What up? We got Short Coin in the building. Good to have you. Never trust the weekend pumps. They always just retrace 95% of the time. Yeah, because if we do pump, we get the CME futures gap, and then we retrace to fill the gap. But it is what it is. I don't mind a little pump. We'll keep the traders on their toes. Why not? But anyways, let me get another cup of the espresso. And in the meantime, we'll play one of the new Chandy jams, Bitcoin Swagger.
So chillin' hot with my Bitcoin.
You feel that?
Swagger from the biddy stack. It goes up, up, up. Bitcoin goes.
It goes doing, doing, doing.
It's a thrill ride. A stack deck built so right. Gonna bust out of the firmament, beyond the water-filled sky.
Oh, and I don't know if Chandy saw the Sweet Biddy McGee dance to the chorus, but it's pretty lit. I digged it. Even got a little dagger action in it. Let me know if you saw that, Chandy, and shout out Sweet Biddy McGee. And yes, happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers. Obviously, none of us would be here right now if it wasn't for our mothers. So God bless, and let's in fact strike the gong for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the fam. Can you spot the former chairman of the SEC in here? Chillaxing somewhere. I'm not going to give it away, but let me know if you spot him. The Nippinator, that is. What up, Skippin'? Welcome to the stream. Ricky Norwood, new all-time high Wednesday. Send it. Jack and Espresso? Nope, I'm into my fourth beer, but got lots of yard work done. It's my fuel. Interesting. I guess caffeine for some of the broskies and beer for some of the other broskies. Maybe there's no right or wrong. Whatever floats your boat. No diddy. Cringe? How dare you? I mean, it's your prerogative. Whatever. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. There you have it. All the incredible mothers out there, of course. Let's get it. I'm a mother, sort of. Not a good one either. You're a mother. I know that type of mother. Francisco Salinas, Puerto Rico in the building. Let's go. Nippinator. You spotted him. Thank you, Katie. Welcome to the live stream. Looks like we're up to 300. We're about to kick it off and get another sip of the espresso, and we'll kick it off with our market watch. Let's get it. Love it. And of course, I got to have me a chaser because I'm a rookie when it comes to the espresso. Anyways, when's the Nippinator indicating 150? Stay tuned for the Nippinator indicator. Coffee for me had a double espresso. Excellent. This is my second double espresso. I've been drinking 2 a day. Typically an hour after I wake up, I'll have my first one. And then I like to have one prepared for the show for an extra boost. You know what I mean? Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Especially Muhammad's mother. That's too funny, bro. JV, do you have a beautiful mother? You do have. Yes, absolutely. She's amazing. She's my best friend. I couldn't be more blessed. She's the perfect mother. The greatest, I dare say. Coffee, baby. Get those coffee beans. I was actually researching the history of coffee. It's supposed to birth in Ethiopia back in the day. The goats were eating a type of bean, and then the Ethiopian coffee bean was giving these goats all this energy, and that's how they discovered coffee, according to the AI. Who knows if that's true, but it's a crazy story. So shout out the Ethiopian goats for hooking it up with the coffee bean. Just saying. I still haven't seen it. It was on X messages. Yeah, I think you'll dig it. It's pretty good. Sweet Biddy McGee got the dance moves. Just saying. What it do? Ricardo, welcome, brother. Leaving for Vegas in 16 days. The conference is going to be lit. Very excited for you, broski. I know Chandy and Oracle, many of us are going to be in Vegas for the big event towards the end of the month. So let's go. You already know. And thanks again, Sweet Biddy, Chandy, the rest of the fam. I think I got everyone reposted. So let's kick this mofo off. So if you're new to the channel, it's very important. Smash the likes and go ahead, subscribe and ring the bell to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Today is pod episode number 1988. I'm your host, JV, and it's May 10th, 2025. I'm actually curious why the price action wasn't showing on the screen at the moment. So, but who cares? I guess it's irrelevant. But let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. You should be able to see my screen right here. Let's pull up Coin 360. As you can see, we have Bitcoin correcting after a pretty substantial pump over the past 3 days. We're currently above 103.1, but barely in the red on the day. I think we'll flip back in the green during the stream. You let me know your thoughts. We have Ether, which is one of the bigger gainers, up 6% on the day, trading just shy of 2,500, while XRP, BNB, Solana, Cardano all pumping and in the green. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The current crypto market cap is 3.29 trillion. It's been back on the climb, which is a good sign. Bitcoin market cap recaptured 2 trillion a few days back when we recaptured 100,000, still sitting above, looking to restrike 2.1 trillion. And considering the gold market cap is like 22 trillion, Bitcoin could do another 10x overtaking gold. And we all know it's going to happen, Captain, just a matter of time. And dominance for Bitcoin today is 62%, I believe. Let me confirm it. Yep, 62% confirmed Bitcoin dominance. Ether dominance up to 9.1% today. Just a couple of days ago, it was like 7.4. So Ether may have bottomed out for the recent time being because it's starting to climb again. Considering that the all-time high for Ether is like 4,500, it still has a long ways to go, but nonetheless, it's getting some bullish action in the market. And check it out. Top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got the infamous dog whiff hat up 30%, followed by Immutable up 9%, followed by Injective up 12%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective starting on the daily. Safe to say 95% of the market bullish and in the green. Zooming out for the week, very similar, but even more bullish. I dare say like 96, 97%, all gainers. And zooming out on the monthly, very similar scenario, virtually everything in the green as there's so much liquidity being injected back into the markets, long overdue in my humble perspective. So it's good to be where we're at on the cusp of re-entering price discovery. And checking out the infamous crypto greed and fear index. Today we're a 70 greed, yesterday a 73, last week a 65, and last month a 39 in fear. And checking out the time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 896,139. We have 153,861 blocks until the next halving. And for those that don't know, there's a block approximately every 10 minutes since the inception of the very first block 16 years ago, which was the Genesis block. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 968 sats. So you know what to do, broskies. Pick up the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. I know Chandy just put in like a $400 order paid by with Bitcoin, which is amazing. So thank you guys for supporting fellow Bitcoiner and small business owner and veteran Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. So you already know. Anyone that bought into the ish coins a year ago are probably still underwater. Most likely, Greg, unless you were lucky enough to get one of the top gainers. Turkish coffee. Speaking of Turkish, all my new towels are Turkish cotton. And that was one of the gifts I got my mom for Mother's Day. I got her the same because I enjoy them. 100% Turkish cotton towels. Bring it. So you mentioned Turkish and got my attention there. But anyways, anyone? Yes, exactly. Don't you know it? If you don't know now, you know. The Darth Rally. Darth Melda, where you at? Looks like we're about to flip into the green at any moment now. So you already know. Let me know if you got the Bitcoin swagger. And happy 420 in advance. It's 418 here, Puerto Rico, and we have 417 live viewers between X Rumble and YouTube. I'm going to continue to repost all the comments and quotes, and then we'll dive into our TA, aka astrology for the broskies, of course.
Trust this, don't wear a nail on your forehead with an opportunity miss. Bitcoin thrust, fiat rust, stamp your future and still
Keep it with swagger, securing Superman, real B is Satoshi level. Trump card holding kinda killer.
with W's and M's for the orange pill set for making millions.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. Be an Arkansas jam with diamond hands tough.
Got no kryptonite, night, just orange bitty light. Paper gets wrinkled, crinkled.
Texas,
Hold 'em,
Montana,
hold 'em,
Missouri,
hold 'em,
New York,
hold 'em,
Florida,
hold 'em.
Puerto Rico, El Salvador.
You already know.
Swagger holding with an orange glow.
Prodigy.
Swagger hot.
Reserve to preserve, strategy for prosperity.
You feel that?
That's Bitcoin swagger, baby.
Walking like your wallet got laser eyes.
Baby climbs higher than a high rise. Laser eyes, not surprised.
I got that bitty drip, fiat doing backflips. We don't beg no banker, we just walk with that Bitcoin swag. Bitcoin swagger. Hey, hey, yo, hey, hey.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. QR flash, got cash in my code. Cold wallet, chiller than a Yeti in the snow.
Doing, cold storm for the rocket flame. Take up, lift up, so chill as we fire it up. Moon up, doing up, yup,
Dancing on inflation like it's 1984. Ain't no Fed chair telling me where to go. Haters talk smack, I just nod and stack. Flex that orange B like a royal flag. Tap root smooth, got a flex so pure. Even my memes got a network secure.
Let's go. Love the new jam, by the way, and the video is fire. For those who haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out at Chandy10 Music over on X. Let's go. Big day in the markets. It is a Sat Stack on Saturday, and you already know it's May 10th, so that's Chandy's day today. And happy 420. We just hit 420 here in Puerto Rico. And I believe the Knickerbockers are playing the Boston Celtics right now. It was an early game, so hopefully the Knicks can get their 3-game win streak in play. Shutout Fairground, good to have you here. Watching from Cornwall, England. Also, it's fight night. It is UFC, Saturday fight night. I believe Bilal Muhammad is defending his title. Also, Shevchenko, one of my favorite female fighters, is fighting this evening. So I'll be watching. Let me know if anyone tunes in for the UFC. Kim Kardashian posted a video of Kanye's and her son. My comment was, I'd love to see this incredible kid with her father. So ladies out there, keeping your children from the father, come on now, you can do better than that. It's unacceptable in my opinion. And also, did you know Kanye has the largest child support court order in the history of child support? $200,000 per month for child support. You know what really bothers me? Kim is worth $1.7 billion. Even if you are a billionaire, what child eats $170,000 or $200,000 worth of food? It just makes no sense. It's insane. So it boggles my mind how the courts separate fathers from the household and then force the fathers to pay these insane amounts of child support, which obviously he's Kanye, or Ye, my apologies. And then keeps the children from ever seeing the father. It's like torture. So there's no wonder, in my humble opinion, Kanye is completely justified to create that song against the industry. Because you know what I hate about hip hop? It's all satanic influenced, right? It's okay to worship the Baphomet and Satan and do all this disgusting shit in the music videos, right? Make fun of Jesus. But Ye calls out a type of people and then they want to deplatform him. Like, the industry is disgusting, and I just got to call it out myself. It's unacceptable. Hopefully, it creates some change. I would love to have see Kanye with his kid. Exactly. I want to see the kids with the father, not just only the mother. You know what happens when children don't have fathers in their lives? They'll probably resort to OnlyFans. I'm just speculating, but it's not a good look. Children need their fathers as much as they need their mothers, and there's no justification to do that unless there's a reason, like he's in prison for something bad. But obviously he's not in prison. He's living his best life, making music to cause mass controversy because of what he's been dealing with. So hail Satoshi is all I got to say. But with that little rant out of the way, let's continue and kick it off next with, what was I going to say? Next is our TA, aka astrology for the broskies and the baddies. And for today, I'm not going to do any other analyst TA. We're just going to look at the charts and do it our own way, the Nippinator way. Why not? And we'll go from there. So let me pull up some of the live charts here. And you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll read them when I'm done going through the TA here. But you should be able to see live it on your screen. We are above 103.2. We are pumping. This is the hourly chart via Coinbase, which is the largest exchange in the States. Via TradingView, we do have a bullish pennant formation. We do have a bull target in the green sitting at 109. Which obviously is right at price discovery. Literally, 109.3 is current price discovery achieved on Coinbase back on January 20th, which is inauguration day. So if we pump here, which is a $6,000 pump from the current price, we'll be right back at price discovery. And that's when things get very exciting because we've never seen price action that high. So how high will it continue to climb up? Next leg up. You let me know your speculation. I'll read the comments out loud here in a second. Checking out the 4-hour chart. Very bullish as well. A lot of bullish momentum this week, as you can clearly see here. No particular targets on the 4-hour, so we'll next zoom out to the daily. And the daily chart shows us massive bull candle a couple of days ago, which took us back above 100. Then you can see an itty bitty red corrective for yesterday and green already thus far today, but the day still kind of early. It is a weekend, obviously, as well. Sat, Stack, and Saturday. Legacy financial systems or markets are closed, but one thing that does not take a break, and that's the pretty little bitty. It does what it does best, continuing to pump. And on the daily chart, bull scenario, red target, 111,000 in play. Let's go. And then there's a bear scenario, which I think is very unlikely, but it is on the chart sitting just shy of 69 G's, baby. And zooming out a little more, let's take a look at a weekly. And the weekly chart, also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green consecutive candles. We will get the one that's currently being printed, the big green one you see, the most recent. Tomorrow is the weekly close, Sunday at around this time. But that's going to be 5 consecutive green bullish candle closes on the weekly chart. We also have the sexy cup and handle target sitting at 124,000. Stay tuned later for the Nippinator indicator, and he may tell us when we're likely to hit that $124,000 target. We got to stick around, broskies and baddies. And zooming out a little broader, we'll take a look at a monthly, and we're 10 days into the month of May. April, thank God, was a nice bullish close to return back in bullish territory. And thus far, this month of May, though we're only 1/3 of the way here, complete. Thus far, so good. As we continue to pumpage here in Q2. As you know, Q1, we did hit the current all-time high of 109.3 in January, and then we had a corrective February and March, and then the bull resumed in April, and here we are now in May. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel the pretty little bitty is likely to take us next? And I'll read your comments out loud. My ex and I have managed for the 7 years since divorce to never use any court degree or judge to do what we got to do. We are not perfect, but we love him enough to keep the legal system and the public. More power to you there, Chandy. Got the app for the orange nails with a Bitcoin on them. Let's go. So are you telling me an app does the pedicure or manicure? Real men offer strength, offer discipline and protection. There's no substitute for that. You know what I need? My JV fix. I agree with you regarding the BS, and fatherhood should be dismissed. Brother, shouldn't be dismissed. Exactly, brother. Couldn't agree more. It just bothers me how much they push like all the blasphemous Satanism. So you're allowed to talk about unaliving people and doing the most heinous acts in hip hop. I mean, most of it's filled with it. Listen to the radio and turn it on. It's disgusting, and they'll celebrate that in our culture. They'll feature them at the Grammys. They'll feature them at the Super Bowl, and it's all blasphemous. It's like, which is, what's a better way to put it? It's an attack against God. Virtually all the music, which is controlled by this one group of people. So it's just mind-boggling, right? But you know what? They banned the song. I think it's just going to make it that much more popular. It's the new song of the year. It's the new Not Like Us. Just saying. just my perspective. I'm driving a car myself now, not joking, but I'm in a Corvette. Shout out Michael Ash. What up, brother? Nice. You got yourself a vet. Excellent. All-time high, the high time for the week. Going to the new highs. That's a big task. Takes a lot. Run a tight ship. My crew rarely, never mutinies. This is temporary disorderly conduct, and that's just temporary. I miss the love songs we had in the 80s. I know. We built a bitty stacked revolutionary love shack. Bang, bang on the door. You know what I mean? You're exactly right. Yes, disgusting. I can't even watch music videos no more. They're too satanic. Lord forbid you watch a Lady Gaga video. It's the most disgusting satanic rituals any human could ever see. And a lot of twisted messages regarding children as well. And it's perfectly fine. No one says anything. It's celebrated. Oh, you can win a Grammy. You know what I mean? Oh, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so one-sided. Satan was the song leader in heaven, and when he fell, he knows how powerful music is, so no surprise he's using it to go against God. Also, they changed the frequency of music a very long time ago, so that music cannot be healing. They have frequencies to keep your consciousness or vibration down and lower. So, and they do all sorts of black magic rituals to music. I don't even want to get into that right now, because this is a crypto show, but good Lord, don't get me started. You know what I mean? I've been listening to more K-Love in my life. Right on. I've got an appointment, at the nail salon to get the orange Bitcoin nails done for the event. Awesome. You got to show us when it's done. The bitty orange. But yeah, the music industry is something. So that's why I got to respect Kanye for calling them out. They took his children. They used lawfare against him. Yeah, I mean, they try to ruin him. He's an anti-Semite. Yeah, I mean, and, guess what? Kanye's only, my apology. He's only following 3 accounts. And it's ironic. He has 33.3 million followers currently. If you go to X, you can verify that. 3 people he's following. One of the 3 are a Bitcoiner. It'll say Bitcoin maximalist. So do you think Kanye's in Bitcoin? I can guarantee it. Because remember, they shut down his bank accounts when they used the lawfare against him? What's the one thing they can't shut down? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Just saying, evildoers. Fiat is the currency of Satan. Bitcoin is the currency of the resistance, the currency of God. And I stand by that. Play the music backwards. You hear a lot of the Satan. I know, trust me, I know all about that Jay-Z music. It'll be like 666. Because it's programming your unconsciousness to do satanic things, such as unalive others. This is the type of industry, in control. It's pretty messed up, and all that is 100% legit, 100% legit. My son likes Ye. I've always been a Ye fan. I'm not even going to front. Back when he dropped his first album, I was in Tampa, Florida, at the university. I saw him perform before he became a superstar. And it was an amazing performance. And then I saw him perform again when he was on that tour where he did the infamous rant calling everybody out before he got blacklisted in the industry and all that. And I had a great time at I typically don't attend concerts, but I've always vibed with Ye, and it is what it is, but hold the frequency and you're fine. Shout out Violetta. You guys already know. The nail salon, that's cool. Orange the Biddy. I think K-Love is on in every station. Good. God's musician. I'm going to have to look up that artist I'm not familiar with. I quit driving. Really, I've been sort of not driving for a long time. So how to K-Love when not in the car? I love the song on the movie Hangover. Classic film, by the way. Let me go ahead and continue to repost everyone. B-52 Biddy Bomb. Biddy Bang Bang. Like the B-52.
You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. You still on fiat? Man, that's tragic. Biddy got me moonwalking.
That's magic.
Prince of popping blocks, thrown on chain. Biddy Moon stepping in the Hall of Fame. Where your savings at? On a chain, bro. That's why I strut like I own the rainbow.
Drippy with a cold wallet, witnessing with action. Biddy, don't stall it. Biddy fashion, full stack polish, stacking up proof, not empty wallets. I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling.
Now, hopefully they don't cancel JV for supporting Ye today in my stream, because I also have something else I'm going to share with you that they're going to like. I don't even know if I should share, but I'm prepared. But you got to stick around. I promise it'll be worthwhile. Buying more of the biddy. Shout out to the dividend dog. What it do? You spot the Nippinator? Nippinator says hi to the dividend dog. I got a rose plant for Mother's Day. Aw. I love roses, but the plant is better because I can watch it grow. Amen to that. That's awesome. Oh, K-Love is a station. Okay. So is it the Christian station? I know my mom listens to the Christian station. Good stuff. But anyways, time is flying quickly today. So let's continue with the news. I think we did the TA and we didn't even get into the headlines yet. So, and again, welcome everyone just joining us. Live stream, try stream, already 800 people here. Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Make some noise. Don't forget to repost the stream. It helps out tremendously. And if you're one of the 700 or so watching the stream live on X, I invite you to join our YouTube channel so you can interact in the live and interactive chat that you see on your screen. And in between stories, we always go to the chat and I do my best to read comments out loud and all that fun stuff. And if you don't know, now you know. But next story of the day regarding Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Let's go. Let me know if you've ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the classic. But anyways, Kiyosaki backed a hardline stance against central banking systems, preach, particularly the Federal Reserve, while quoting former U.S. Congressman Ron Paul. Ron Paul, longtime critic of the Fed and author of End the Fed, described interest rate settings by central banks as price fixing, equating it to socialist and Marxist economic control. I couldn't agree more. And for those not familiar with Marxists, that's ultimately the precursor to communism and precisely where the United States is heading if we don't get our shit together. Paul warned that such mechanisms erode personal wealth and undermine economic freedom, a sentiment that aligns closely with Kiyosaki's long-term concerns. Quoting him here, Rich Dad, that is, fake money leads to dishonest money, dishonest statistics, dishonest accounting, dishonest balance sheets, dishonest compensation, dishonest relations, dishonest leaders, and corruption in everyday life. Nailed it, Kiyosaki. He called on Americans to fight back by opting out of the fiat system, unplugged from the matrix, and instead embracing the centralized stores of value like the pretty little bitty going up forever Laura, as well as precious metals, as he shares here. I'll quote him word for word. Words of wisdom from former U.S. Congressman Ron Paul, author of End the Fed, an advocate of ending the Fed, all central banks, and getting back to the sound, honest money system. Ron Paul states a central bank setting interest rates is price fixing and a form of central planning. Price fixing is a tool of socialism, and central planning is pure Marxism and is designed to steal your wealth, destroy production, steal our freedoms, and open the doors for a socialist takeover. Bingo. Simply said, fake money leads to dishonest money. Exactly. My suggestion, don't be a loser. Don't let left-wing academic socialists win, but fight back. Save your freedom. Don't work or save the fake money. Get your own decentralized gold, silver, and the Bitcoin standard. Baby. Now, Kiyosaki's disdain for fiat currency, as we know, is not new. He repeatedly criticized the U.S. dollar, labeling a dying currency, which we all know it is, inflated by government spending, which we all know is a fact, and central bank corruption via manipulation. His financial philosophy, rooted in Austrian economics and personal sovereignty, champions assets like the biddy that cannot be debased or politically controlled. Tell him, Rich Dad has long argued that the bearer assets, gold, silver, and more recently, the biddy, are critical hedges against inflation and key to the long-term generational wealth accumulation through the economic cycles. Quoting him again, don't work or save the fake money. Get on your own decentralized gold, silver, and a Bitcoin standard. Kiyosaki forecasts Bitcoin to hit $1 million by 2035 as the US dollar continues to lose value due to the inflationary monetary policies. Quoting him here, I strongly believe by 2035, which is 10 years from now, fam, that one Bitcoin will be over 1 million. Gold will be 30,000 and silver 3,000 a coin. So he's ultimately saying, what's gold now? Just above 3,000, right? I think the all-time high is 3,500. So he's ultimately saying gold in 10 years will 10x. Can someone run the math? 100,000 to a million. So he's ultimately saying he thinks Bitcoin will also 10x. I don't know the current silver price, but maybe one of you guys can let me know in the chat. Kiyosaki is not the only one expressing confidence in the Bitcoin future. As you know, ARK Invest CEO Miss Cathie Wood said Bitcoin will hit 1.5 million, and she recently upped her target to like 2.8, something like that. And more recently, Eric Trump delivered a keynote speech at the Bitcoin Abu Dhabi event at the UAE, predicting Bitcoin to hit 1 million due to the scarcity. And later into today's stream, I'll share with you Arthur Hayes' Just Blaze 1 million prediction, as well as Michael Saylor's 13 million price prediction. Take that, bears. And with that being shared, again, welcome everyone just joining us this fabulous Saturday, Sat Stacking Saturday, may I add. I just want to say we have the best chat. Love you guys, and I am not drunk or high. And it's okay if you were, but I agree. We do have the greatest chat and the greatest fam. Holding it down. 1 million cycle peak, and guess what, fam? We just flipped back into green. JV, no more caffeine in the canteen, but we're back in the green, and I can't complain. Very exciting. 1 million. Yeah, I'm calling for 1.1 million cycle peak bull scenario. JV's bear scenario. 222, right in alignment with my boy. OG Bring Facts. Base case for the broskies, 420. Am I based? Absolutely. Bears are going to be homeless soon. Poor bears. Pooh Bear. 3,300 for gold right now. Okay, and silver's 32. So is he ultimately saying he believes everything's going to 10x? I believe gold is the poor man's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will absolutely outpace gold as far as price action and as far as market cap. And with the gold market cap sitting at like, what is it now? Now that we hit the all-time high, probably like above 22 trillion, 225 bear scenario. So yeah, me and Oracle are pretty much in alignment with our targets. I love the bears. Yeah, if we didn't have bears, who would we make fun of? Me and my brother want to set up a miner. Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. I'm just playing. But that's awesome, brother. Do it up. And what part of the world would that be in? Like DR, Puerto Rico? I doubt it would be New York. 10x sounds good to me, but I know Bitcoin will outperform my metals. Agreed. My big bear scenario, Bitcoin down to 98 Gs. That's it. A resist to the sell wall that has failed. Shout out Top Chief Nip. All hail Satoshi. And Nippinator, of course. And maybe we get a Nippinator indicator. There's just no telling with Janet Yellen.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack. I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, 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 let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way.
Know when to hold them. Nippinator indicator. He's barking at someone. I think Gary Gensler may be a lurking. There's just no telling. Shout out to the Nippinator. And here's a hint of what I'm going to share with you later. Anyone have any idea what it is? Let me know. Crypto bros. And I got something else I'm going to be sharing with you guys as well. Can anyone guess? Let me know. Stay tuned for show and tell. Okay, Surge, I have small light campers with solar and heated floors for the Ford Transit. Nippinator's going wild. There's lizard folks within the facility. I don't know. But yeah, it's okay. Fam, car listening to the best. Shout out Josh. Welcome to the live. Oracle nailed it. A little ivermectin. Upstate, Rochester, cold weather. Perfect. Oh, nice. Because of the cooling. Obviously, where it's cooler, you need less fans and as better, more optimal. Once 106, the candle body closed to the old all-time high. First stop, 120. After that, prep the light speed, Nippinator indicator, 118 or way beyond. Going to be interesting for the next 4 years. I dare say it's going to be interesting every year for the rest of our lives. But what do I know? Nippinator's going wild. Deworming, and then some methane blue. Got to have your horse dewormer. I need to take more ivermectin and a dose of gong for my anger, because I am mostly sweet, but feeling sour approaching the moon, which is the course, ironically, my cycle, but whatever. Is there a full moon approaching? Methane blue is the bottle, JV. No, I don't have methane blue yet. It's something else. It's a good guess, though. It's a good guess. Good guess. And by the way, this bottle is more of a purple. More of a purple. Green Nippinator. Get them. Yeah, that's right. But anyways, let's continue with the news. Welcome, everyone joining us. We just smashed 1,000 people on the live stream, tri-stream. We're live and in the flesh, as we always are. Happy second Saturday. And let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we? The latest from the BlackRock. Here we go. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF posts $356 million worth of the inflows, marking the longest streak of the year. We're so back. That's right. BlackRock's IBIT capped off the trading week with another day of the inflows, pulling in $356 million just on May 9th. The fund has now extended its inflow streak to 19 consecutive days, its longest run of the inflows thus far this year of 2025. IBIT's inflow streak has been ongoing since April 14th and has coincided with the volatile Bitcoin market, with the asset trading between 83 and 103 over the period. Quite a spread, right? However, the market sentiment has been increasing after the asset reclaimed and held above 90,000 on April 23rd, before reclaiming the 100,000 target on May 8th for the first time since February 1st. And over the past trading week alone, IBIT posted over $1 billion worth of inflows. And prior to the current 19-day streak, IBIT's longest inflow streak this year was a 9-day stretch surrounding Trump's inauguration, as you know, Jan 20th, when we hit the current all-time high, 109.3. And as you can see, IBIT's longest inflow streak since the spot Bitcoin ETFs launched in January of 2024 lasted 104 days, stretching from the launch date all the way through to April 23rd. The streak coincided with Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high of 73 in March before pulling back to the mid 60G range. And on April 23rd, BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF was named the best new ETF at the annual ETF Awards. It's like, do people actually tune into this thing? Like, I understand some of us tune into like the Super Bowl, Grammys, the Oscars, but I've never heard of the ETF Awards. But God bless that Larry Finkmeister. Eric Balchunas shared, it just feels right to me. Bitwise head of the European research, Andre Dragos, recently said the Bitcoin expanding the institutional adoption may be the structural inflow necessary to surpass the gold market cap and push the price beyond $1 million by 2029. All I gotta say, send it. And our in-house prediction is $1 million, he says, by 2029. So that Bitcoin will match gold's market cap and total addressable market by 2029. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Shout out Sweet Bitty McGee. And I'm going to check the chat before we dive into our next story. UFC legend Conor McGregor wants a Bitcoin strategic reserve in Ireland. Game on. And as you know, he's also planning on running as president. Maybe he'll get the vote from all the Bitcoiners. I mean, shit. Why wouldn't he? I bleached my hair white when I was 16. Did you now? BLX weekly. If the Bitcoin does everything like it does the past every time, the 1.114 Fibonacci sits at 440. Very possible. Well before the next halving on April of 2028. Bring it. TikTok next. Block, baby. I see the extended bull run this cycle by 6 months. So do you then think we'll hit the cycle peak instead of 18 months out, roughly 24 months out, which would potentially be next year in Q1, if that's accurate? Gong, gong, gong. Make sure you guys are supporting the one and only Chandy 10. Her music is exclusive on X, and many of the songs we play have incredible music videos that go alongside them. Hey, Chandy, I'm missing my 80s song, but glad we're in the hundreds. There you have it. There's only like 18 likes. Smash the likes. Come on, guys. Nippinator's on attack. We need more likes than that. Okay. Shout out Passive. We are still in the green. We're above 103.3. I'm going to check the X feed again. It's never too late to comment and quote the stream, just like JC Ice. Make sure you're following her on X. Very important. She put, where are you? Bitcoin is going to the moon. through the firmament, I dare say. Shout out, Serge. Appreciate the repost on Violetta. Shout out, Violetta. Appreciate you. Boris, B52, Biddy Bomb, Biddy Boom, Shakalaka. And of course, Fairground, Mr. Corvette, calling for 111,111 cents. Hey, I'm going to strike the gong to that. 111 in play. Send it. I'm going to aim for the center. I was a little off on that one. That's more like it. Biddy bang bang, biddy biddy bang bang. Let's go. And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream, tri-stream. Good to have you all here on a Sat Stack and Saturday. But next story of the day, as we continue with the Biddy news, here's the latest from Ireland, Mr. Conor McGregor. But first, I have a soundbite from the one and only. Back at your home with your wife. It's a celebration.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife.
It's a celebration. But speaking of Conor McGregor, let's start with his infamous tweet he shared yesterday and caught my attention. Crypto, in its origin, was founded to give power back to the people. An Irish Bitcoin strategic reserve will give power to the people's money. I will be co-hosting a Twitter space to talk about what I want to see changed. Victory to Ireland, and this already got over 1 million views and is going viral and is currently trending. 15,000 hearts, 1.8 thousand reposts. And as you know, Conor, he's a superstar that transcends mixed martial arts, close to 11 million followers just on X. I would assume collectively with all the social networks, probably has 30, 40, 50 million plus followers. So this is a big deal. And I also know he is running for president of Ireland. At least he has been kind of hinting at that. But that would be absolutely massive as the game theory continues all around the world. How many of you would love to see a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the country of Ireland? Let me know. The Fighting Irish. Let's get it. But let's dive a little deeper. Conor McGregor, the 36-year-old UFC legend with 22 wins and 6 losses, urged his homeland to become a crypto hub by implementing a digital asset reserve. He asserted that crypto in its origin was founded to give power back to the people and noted he'll co-host an X space. I don't know when the date is on that particular X space, but I would assume it'd be incoming soon. And while he spoke about both crypto and Bitcoin in terms of the Irish Reserve, many of the comments below his original post urged him and his country to focus only on the largest digital asset. Preach. Pompliano was amongst the first to pick up McGregor's call for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve in Ireland and expectedly praised the move. The notion of the countries adopting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset has been talked about for years within the community. However, it was just a distant dream until very recently. The idea is that Bitcoin has similar qualities like gold and the yellow metal used to back numerous fiat currencies and is still held in mass by numerous central banks. So why not Bitcoin, right? Great question. And the critics have argued for the past few years that Bitcoin is too young and too volatile and hasn't matured yet to be such a responsible position. And after the U.S. elections, though, the tides have turned. Amen. Current President POTUS Trump dabbed the idea of establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve in the country, and there are multiple discussions on the matter amongst different nations. And although it still feels very early, as most are just that, discussions or blatant rejections, it could be considered as a move in the right direction. Well, you got to give credit where credit is due. Trump did sign the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve executive order. It's already a done deal. And I can guarantee you countries are all entertaining the same idea all around the world as the game theory and global hash war continues. But you guys let me know your thoughts. And do you think Conor would push for that if he becomes president? Do you think he will become president? Because now he's going to get a lot of support from within the Bitcoin community and people who can see through the corruption of the central banking cartels, etc. Let me know your honest thoughts and I'll read your comments out loud. I think that's fantastic. I think more people like Conor need to use their platform to push Bitcoin adoption. So I personally love to see that. Don't forget to keep stacking the Biddy and DCA and keep your bags growing. Amen, brother. I missed the theme song today after they mentioned JV and the music gets all funky. Do the Carlton dance. Nothing like the Carlton dance, right? Conor McGregor would be better than some random Muslim. Speaking of Conor.
It's a celebration. People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up. I back it up.
Love me some Conor. He's the most entertaining UFC fighter of all time, hands down, best shit talker we have ever seen. There ain't even a question. Maybe the best shit talker of all time since Muhammad Ali, I dare say. Let me know if you agree with that statement. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Mr. Muhammad Ali. And of course, Nippinator's up there too. He's a good shit talker when it comes to former chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, in which Nippinator substituted that chair position just for a few months until the recent guy took over there. But you guys already know, Nippinator's being a good boy today. Shout out to the Nippinator. Yeah, yo, it looks like we're up to 1,200 people on the stream. Not too shabby, eh? Again, welcome those joining us. We're just going through the bitty news as we always do. Shout out to the crypto dude. Appreciate you, bro. He put Bitcoin is the future. Well, that's a fact, Jack. And let me make sure I'm following you. I am, okay. Anyone who supports the stream by commenting, quoting us, or reposting, I will follow you back. On X, my main account just hit 40,000 followers. Happy to support you guys that support us. So respect. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. To be honored, it's a Bitcoin song. I like it. The Knicks are getting beat down. Oh no. Ain't that crazy? They just won 2 games in a row in Boston. And they're finally playing at home at Madison Square Garden, and they're allegedly losing. Well, I think the previous game, they were getting their ass handed to them, and they came back and won. So anything's possible with the Knickerbockers. Let me know if you're tuned in, Serge. Keep me up to date with the score. Let me know. I'm anxious to know who's winning. I got to see a score to put it into perspective here. The weirdest thing is those numbers y'all said somehow match the veteran. Ooh, I'm not going to say that term here on the tube. We need a Conor McGregor meme when he's walking around the ring with a Bitcoin sign, right? Doing that $1 billion strut, the Conor. Now we're talking. Tired to do it. The video for the songs, nothing like a Carlton dance. Agreed with you there. Bitcoin up $111. I saw it. You nailed it. And I got my favorite bracelet back. The original string popped, so I wasn't able to wear it, and my daughter remade it for me with a new string. So shout out my little one. I love this bracelet, by the way. These are lava rocks. We won this from the original. We won it from Dave & Buster's. It's my favorite gift of all time. Yes, we'll send you the pics for the Carlton dance. Oh, word. But anyways, fam, again, welcome everyone joining us. Let me know what's on your mind. 4:55 here. We're approaching the top of the hour, so we're going to continue knocking out the news. Happy Sastak and Saturday. Let's frickin' go. No frickin' way. 71. And guess what? My brother was telling me the spread. I think the, what is it called? Boston is the underdogs. I think you get 5 points if you bet. So if you add the spread to that, they're up by like 30-something points. Wow. That's insane. And it's halftime. Well, we'll see if Bronson can get a nice little comeback. We'll see. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Excellent. It's one of my favorite books going back to when I was a teenager. I definitely love that book as well. That's sweet. The bracelet from your daughter. Dave & Buster's, yo. We always crush it when we go there. We win all the tickets we can, and then we just buy everything up till we take over the store, and that's just what we do. Nice. I want to see the villa. I send you the mom the pics of the cabin. Oh, yeah. Shortcoin sent me some of the pictures. It's beautiful. Look very peaceful. Mad respect. One side of the Rubik's Cube. I forget what Rubik's Cube. Yeah, Rubik's Cube is difficult. I don't know how kids do that blindfolded. They're just like, done. Meanwhile, 30 years later, JV is like, what the? I end up cheating, scraping off the colors, the stickers, and replacing them just to win. You got to cheat sometimes. Keep them honest. You got to cheat to keep them honest. Here's the average veteran. Oh, man, that's so sad. And I'm not surprised considering how our government treats veterans. They treat veterans like second-class citizens. In fact, they treat illegals better than they treat the veterans. I'll give you an example. Trump just launched a new self-deportation program. It's an executive order. I reposted it yesterday. Like, no one reposted it. So it's like, I was kind of like, I didn't share thoughts on it. I just quoted Trump, and it got like no repost. But it's kind of funny. He's ultimately saying you need to turn yourself in if you're here illegally, and we'll give you free airfare to any destination of your choice. And if you get caught in our country as an illegal, it's going to be bad. Like, it's going to be bad. So he's giving everyone the opportunity to turn themselves in and get free transportation out of the country, which I think is a fair play. I've never heard of a self-deportation program, but it's the new executive order. Let me know your thoughts on that. Personally, I don't really know any illegals, and I think it'd be sad if there are illegals here and they've been here for 30 years and they're here still illegally, and this is what you consider your home. So it's a tough situation, but he's willing to fly you guys out for free so that you can figure out how to come back here legally. That's nicer than saying we'll just imprison you indefinitely or find your way out of here or you're doomed. It could have been a lot meaner, you know what I mean? Versus we'll give you a free flight. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I'll read it out loud. JV, amen. The effing drug them on, the effing antidepressants and screw them. Oh, I know firsthand because my brother's a veteran and the treatment they give the veterans is the worst. My brother don't even want the free veteran care because they always make them worse. It's that bad. Much cheaper on taxpayers to pay to fly them out. Fact, he said we'll save trillions. Jesse Ventura, U.S. Navy SEAL 17, volunteered to go back to Nam. Why? He couldn't vote or have a beer. Over here, he was treated like a man. There you go. Y'all know this. The VA, the government, does not give veterans. Yeah, I believe it's all by design. They want them unalive so they don't have to take care of them. They treat them as pawns, unfortunately. And I'm very saddened how they treat veterans. I'm with you, Chandy. Mr. Corvette, appreciate the super. Shout out the dads out here in the chat. And shout out, yay. Man hasn't seen his children in years. He's paying $200,000 a month in child support to someone worth billions of dollars by the name of Kardashian. Shit's not adding up around here. But this gong strike is for all the fellas out there. All the papas, and of course, we can't forget about the mamas. Big day is tomorrow. We'll be celebrating Happy Mother's Day. My husband is a vet. God bless him. God bless all the veterans that served our country. It's my son's 23rd birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday to your son in advance on Mother's Day. Free flight plus $1,000. Let's go, is what I heard. I mean, if I was here illegally, I'd take up that offer. I wouldn't want to be caught and be imprisoned on a bad penny. Imagine being in prison for the rest of your life because you didn't take the free flight out. With the free $1,000, you buy some Bitcoin. Smash buy. Stack the sats on a stack sat on Saturday and leave the country. Willfully. Do it the right way. There's plenty of probably communist countries where if they catch you, you're just going to be imprisoned indefinitely. So you have an out. Exercise that out is all I'm saying. It sounds fair to me. But what do I know? Just my 2 Satoshis, fam. And no disrespect for any illegals supporting the stream. I mean, I'm sure there's some of you out there, but you should be in a country legally if you're going to be here, right? Just follow the law. I saw my son for 24 hours and he is off to the long camping trip with the friends. The same son I saw on the bicycle. Happy birthday to your son. Exactly, JV. We do for the ladies. That's right. And again, welcome everyone. We're about to dip into our next story of the day. Let me check the X feed again. Awesome. Thank you, Crypto Gay Clay. And again, Fairground, Bitcoin, John, Adam, Taylor. We appreciate all the love. I'm going to take another sip of the Spin Drift, and we'll continue with the Biddy News. No Diddy. Oh, speaking of Diddy, his trial just began. Interesting. We'll maybe touch upon it later. But next story of the day, broskies. Let's see where we left off. We're going to discuss a $1 million target as per Just Blaze, Arthur Hayes. And then we'll discuss the latest from Michael Saylor from his recent interview with Natalie Brunell from Coin Stories, projecting Bitcoin hitting 13 million. And then we'll do a little live Q&A for the baddies and the broskies and the Nippinator. And you should be able to see here, Arthur Hayes, Just Blaze, says crypto bull market primed to continue. Outlining the Bitcoin path to 7 figures. That's right. Arthur Hayes is leaning bullish on the pre-little bitty as surging liquidity conditions boost the value of the bitty. In a new interview on the White Crypto YouTube channel, Hayes says an increase of the global money supply will act as a bullish catalyst for the Bitcoin and crypto. Quoting him here, I think it's a great time to be in the crypto ecosystem because we have sort of this reflation happening across the world. More fiat money chasing a scarce asset, and the bull market's going to continue. And I think it is going to be A fun party. And according to Hayes, just blaze. Bitcoin can go up by about 10x from the current level by January of 2029. Quoting him here. I think by the end of the Trump presidency, so end of 2028, Bitcoin will be around 1 million. Let me know if you agree. That means in 3 years, 10x the current price action, family. Or we'll have across the million. It might be lower than that at that point, but I think we'll get to that nominal figure within the next 3 to 4 years. Amen. And also, it's in play. It could happen this year. I'm not saying that's the most probable scenario, but keep in mind, a bull scenario, easy peasy. We can 10x. We've done it before, broskies. And on the U.S. dollar prospectus, the face of increase in the money supply, the Maelstrom Fund CIO says the following. I think the dollar depreciates against the gold. The dollar depreciates against the biddy. The U.S. Treasuries are probably the worst thing to own versus any other sort of financial asset out there, as they need to devalue because there is just too much out there. So you already know what to do. Trade the inferior assets for the superior apex predator, and you shall not be disappointed. Just saying. JB, I hate to disagree with you about the yay needs a therapy and has too many issues. Well, I'm not a therapist. All I'm saying, I support him standing up against the people who control the industry with Satanism. Because I think they should all be treated fairly. Meaning, if you're going to delist his music and deplatform him, you should also do it with virtually 90% of the other rap out there who is ultimately perpetuating violent crimes like unaliving people and doing heinous acts to children. And for example, Lady Gaga is probably the most satanic artist I've ever seen. Every music video is Satan worship. And a lot of vibes, I can't even mention the term on the live stream. So if you're going to perpetuate that, and it's perfectly fine, you know what I mean, to create blasphemous music videos that are targeting Jesus Christ and God, you know, and shoving this down our children's throats, and Ye can't say 2 words in a song, and it's, you know what I mean? It's because the industry is controlled and run by that group of people, and they're just trying to make an example out of him. All I can say is don't judge a man where they took away his kids and he can't see his kids, because that's a dangerous man. So all I'm saying is I understand where he's coming from, because if they took away my children, I would probably feel the same fucking way, is all I'm saying. Do I agree with everything he says? Absolutely not. No, obviously. However, I'll hail Satoshi, right? I'll hail God. I'll hail Jesus, and we'll keep it at that. But that's my little rant on that. You know what I mean? Spin drift. But yeah, it will make a man crazy. You take away his children. Trust that. You don't take away someone's children. You just don't do that. Our society does it, and they normalize it, especially with Black families. I mean, their literal target is to remove the father from the household. I wonder why. Don't make me get into the conspiracy theories there, or conspiracy facts. And agreed, Kim Kardashian is a Baphomet, satanic, worshiping, evil witch. And that's the nicest thing. That's the nicest way that I can put it, Shortcoin. She is a satanic, Baphomet, worshiping witch that literally practices witchcraft and does satanic rituals with children. So you would feel a certain type of way if she was the mother in control of the children. Now, granted, Ye made some stupid decisions by deciding for that to be the mother of his children. Absolutely. Made some really idiotic decisions. But that's my rant. She is a looker and loves Bitcoin. I watch her also in an interview with Michael Saylor. Read my last comment, JB. I bought a t-shirt to wear to the pre-party that says, wife of an Iraq war vet. Nice. Freedom isn't free. My husband paid for it. That's powerful. Love it. Love it. But anyways, we're about to dive into our feature story of the day, right? I don't think we did our Saylor story yet, right? I've been ranting about Ye. But let me get another sip of the spin drift. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Close to 500 people on the stream. We're pumping it in the green. We're about to discuss the latest from Mikey Saylor. Recent interview with Natalie Brunell. Shout out Natalie, one of the baddies. And yeah, we'll discuss Bitcoin to 13 million. Enough of the bearishness. 1 million. I mean, that's a given. We all know that. Okay. That's true, JV. Your take on Ye. Thank you, Serge. I've just always been a fan of the music. I support artists that go against the system because there's practically zero. Like, he's the only one going against the system that hard. You know what I mean? And you just got to respect it. And again, it doesn't mean we got to agree with any hatred. I don't push hatreds towards anyone like that. But I do understand the agenda. I'm very aware of how satanic the industry is. And I want to see more godliness in music, right? I respect music like Jesus Walks, right? Remember when Ye dropped that album? They didn't want to play it on the radio stations because it's praising Jesus. Well, why is it okay to praise Satan in every song? It's disgusting. And that's why hip hop sucks nowadays. And that's why we still listen to the oldies. You know what I mean? I'm going to put us back in the atmosphere of God. The concept of the end time wealth transfer in the Bible refers to the belief that in the final days, God will shift the wealth from the hands of those, replace the father with welfare. That is evil. And it's like, why? Why does, if you're a billionaire, I don't think you should qualify for child support. Is that like a bad statement? Like, if you're a billionaire, you got thousands of millions of dollars, do you need the man's money to feed your child? Absolutely not. And it just goes to show you that it's lawfare. They're trying to make an example out of him for going against the industry. And that's the bigger picture. That's where we're at. You know what I mean? Rap used to be so fun. I said a hip, hop, a hip it to the hip, hop, you don't stop, a rock it to the bang, bang. Exactly. We used to have fun. Now you got a bunch of PDF files like Drake running the show. Enough is enough already. Wop. JV, mess them up. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to the Nippinator. Long live the king. Nippinator, that is. Kim is sponsored by Balenciaga. Not surprised. One of the most disgusting brands. Hip hop sucks. So has Kim. Yeah, I just hope they don't transition his children into transgenders. I mean, look at the Kardashian family. Who's the father to the mom? Was his name Bruce? I don't know if it's still Bruce. I don't know the pronouns and all that. But I mean, wasn't he at the forefront of the transgender agenda and kind of popularized it? So imagine if they transition his children. Oh my God. That's all I gotta say. PDF files. Yeah, you got to be careful on the YouTube. You can't say the word. So you got to say PDF files instead of, you know what I'm saying. Bruce. Yeah, and I'm not talking Bruce Almighty. I'm talking the transgender Bruce that once won in the Olympics that decided to be a girl for whatever reason. Crazy. It'll always be Bruce. Precisely. There you go. No pronouns. Not on this podcast. She's a baddie. Forget about the Kathy Wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And what if the wood was the Bitcoin and we're referring to the Kathy Wood? Just saying. But anyways, fam, you guys ready? Mom Spaghetti, he's nervous. But on the surface, JV's calm and ready to drop bombs. Here we go. Now for our feature story of the day. Strategies Mikey Saylor says Bitcoin to hit 13 million by this particular date and will replace cash and gold. And that's right. Let's break it down. The latest interview from Coin Stories with Natalie Brunell. Shout out to the baddie. So yeah, in a chat with Natalie Brunell, MicroStrategies, Mikey Saylor, and obviously the company rebranded to Strategy B, made a bold prediction. He sees Bitcoin hitting 13 million per coin by the year 25, which ultimately means within the next 2 decades. Why? He believes we're moving into a new financial era where Bitcoin replaces the old school reserves like assets such as cash, gold, and bonds as the go-to store of value for the companies. Saylor believes the cost of ignoring Bitcoin today will be immense. Quoting him here. Every Bitcoin that you don't buy is a $13 million cost. And that Ferrari that you're going to buy is going to cost you like 6 Bitcoin. So it's going to be $100 million Ferrari, right? If you look at it out 20 years. And that's a great perspective because I doubt you're going to want to spend any Bitcoin if you have the long-term perspective, right? It's like, why would you buy a Ferrari today and end up paying $100 million for that stupid car, which is only going to depreciate, right? MicroStrategy, known for holding more Bitcoin than any other publicly traded company, that's a fact, has become the poster child for the strategy. We call it the Saylor put. And Saylor says smaller, less known companies are the ones leading the new wave, and they now have like over 555,000 Bitcoin. And MicroStrategy was the first publicly traded company to put a biddy on the balance sheet back in 2020. So it took them 5 years to accumulate 555,000 Bitcoin. To put some perspective how fast Wall Street and the ETFs like BlackRock are accumulating pretty low biddy, they have over 600,000 Bitcoin, and ETFs just went live last year. So they're outpacing the Giga Chad by a factor of 5x. Let that sink in. Supply shock, 13 million per coin. You already know. So with about 12,000 publicly companies in the U.S., many mid-sized firms are struggling to stay relevant. And according to Saylor, adopting Bitcoin allows them to digitally transform the balance sheet, boost their investor confidence, and reposition themselves into the market. Quoting them again, zombie companies with little attention to the market are now challenging the tech giants like Google and Apple, not by innovation alone, but by making the Bitcoin a part of their corporate identity. Example, MetaPlanet, the Japanese version of the MicroStrategy, recently adopted the biddy, and they already have a massive accumulation. Their goal is 10,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year. They're more than halfway there. Their goal, 21,000 Bitcoin by the end of next year. Why 21 million Bitcoin can ever only be in existence? So you already know. It's a blackjack, baby. Saylor believes traditional corporate financial practices like stock buybacks and cash dividends are becoming outdated. So old school. Now, the conventional corporate finance playbook is cash is trash, and cash underperforms the S&P index, and so the S&P index is the cost of capital, he says. And instead, he encourages companies to hodl the biddy, describing it as the reserve asset emerging in the 21st century, quoting him here. Bitcoin offers one more collateral advantage, which is the more uncertain the operating world gets, the more valuable Bitcoin becomes, Saylor said, noting its ability to build the long-term value and weather the crisis like the trade wars, the tariffs, or the inflation. And quoting Chandandy, you can't tariff the Bitcoin. Shut out, can't tariff Bitcoin. Saylor didn't just speak to the corporate leaders. He also gave advice to everyday investors. His message, hold your job, save your cash, and buy the biddy. He recommends using long-term, low-interest mortgage debt to free us capital instead of spending on luxuries or paying off homes too early. Quoting him here. If Bitcoin is growing 30% a year and your mortgage is fixed at 3%, you're better off investing than paying it off early. So he's ultimately saying, buy as much Bitcoin as you can now. It's better to have a long-term 15 or 30-year mortgage where you're paying a little bit every month, even though over the long haul it's a lot. Bitcoin's appreciation will more than make up for it. So it's a smarter play, according to the Giga Chad. MicroStrategy isn't just holding the biddy, it's building new ways for people to access it. Saylor introduced 2 new financial products. Number 1, we got Strife, a preferred stock offering paying a 10% dividend forever. It's perpetual, over collateralized by Bitcoin, designed for investors seeking income and safety. And also Strike, it offers an 8% coupon with some downside protection and 35 to 40% of the upside of the common equity. Ideal for those wanting Bitcoin exposure with less volatility. Saylor also floated the concept of the Bitcoin-backed bonds or the biddy bonds. These could eventually become tools for nations, such as the United States. You listening, Trump? And corporations. Are you listening, Apple? Are you listening? What are the other ones out there? We got Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, of course, which is Google. We have that one big stock company play that just is raised $1.5 billion. GameStop is the one I'm looking for. Bold leadership is gaining traction, and while the cabinet officials have started speaking favorably about the biddy, and the U.S. has even established a strategic Bitcoin reserve thanks to the Trumpster, Saylor is not surprised that the government hasn't bought any yet. I generally expect that large governments will move in a plotting, somewhat methodic, not always rational fashion, hence why we're seeing the biddy adoption in the state level, such as New Hampshire, the first state, to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve as the game theory continues in full effect. Bitcoin's resilience and the MicroStrategy surge, Saylor remains unfazed. No pain, no gain in the biddy game. For the macro panic, Bitcoin is the only thing that you can sell, and you can sell it short with 50x leverage on a Saturday morning, highlighting its liquidity, even in volatile markets. Bitcoin tends to recover and rally. That's right. He pointed to the 2020 Novid crash when Bitcoin dipped to 4,000, but bounced back even stronger. That's right. And within 1 year, the following year, it was 60,000 within a 12-month spread. And if you don't know now, you know. Let me know your thoughts with a $13 million biddy. And I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I've been listening to lots of soft love songs like Streisand, classic rock, and I love some newer stuff by Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter. Thank you for sharing, Graper. My husband likes the yacht rocks. Yacht rocks, eh? Have a great day. Shout out Jeffrey Curry. Appreciate you. Got to go hit the basketball courts before the T-Wolves play tonight. Enjoy your time on the courts. That's why I haven't paid off. Can someone give me an update on the Knicks game? What's the score? That's why I haven't paid off my mortgage yet. It's smarter. It is. Smart. There are big plays, Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, CEP, Bitcoin miners, Marathon Riot, all the miners. It is if and when Bitcoin rockets, they will too. Pretty little bitty going up forever, Laura. That's what I'm saying, family. And happy SatStack and Saturday, family. I'm glad I got the news out. I feel like my work is done. I can chill now with you guys. This is the Q&A segment. I'll do my best to read comments out loud. I encourage everyone to visit the YouTube channel because most of you watching this, there's over 1,500 people live right now. Most of you are on X. There's only 142 people on YouTube. So I encourage everyone on X to come join us, have some fun in the YouTube chat because that way you can interact with us. I appreciate you guys. It's going up forever, Laura. That's what I'm saying. There are the big plays. There's the big plays, the small plays, the mediocre plays. Every play is a play. Play all day. Michael Saylor. 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We're dragons that slay. Oh, yeah. I promised to share with you what my show and tell. So let's have a little conversation, shall we? This is the black seed oil. And again, I have to preface this. This is not health advice. Just as I don't give financial advice during the stream, you know, everything I share is for entertainment purposes only. My only goal is to entertain you with sharing the news. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, right? I am not to be held responsible for any stupid investment decisions you make, is what I'm trying to say. Also, I preface this with, I am not giving health advice. I don't give health advice. I'm not qualified. Just as I'm not qualified to give financial advice, people like Jim Cramer are some way, somehow. Don't ask me how or why, but that's another topic for another day. But I'm not giving health advice either because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed practitioner in health. I'm just passionate about health, and we'll leave it at that. So anything you hear me say is not health advice whatsoever. So you can't blame me if you end up doing something stupid to yourself. So just FYI. And now I got the disclaimer out of the way. This is the black seed oil. The theory goes it can cure everything but death. And I'll leave it at that. There's a lot of things in our society that Western science, Western pseudoscience, has no cure for. And I'm going to give you a real-world example in a second, but let me make sure I'm not missing comments. So, break through the firmament, past the water-filled skies. My favorite bars in the new song, Chandandy. I love it. I just refinanced to a less than 3% mortgage. Congrats. My payment also dropped $100. Probably something I should do. I would love to mortgage my house. I have no mortgage on my house. I own it, so it's just like sitting here. Could be in Bitcoin appreciating, but it's not. So I'm slacking. So you're inspiring me here. 3% mortgage rate. My payment also dropped $100. It makes sense to just put $100 into Bitcoin rather than pay off the mortgage. I'm with you on that. I think it's a smart play. JV, did you talk about the Bitcoin Core and the OP return change? I'm not familiar with it. If you have insights, I can read it. But I really don't have too many insights about that. So I haven't talked about it, no. I need to get some black seed oil. I've never tried it. Yeah, so something I take every day. I take a tablespoon of it, and the theory goes it cures everything but death. In King Tut's tomb in Egypt, he was buried with black seed oil. This is 100% pure black seed oil, cold press. I order it on Amazon. It's one of my favorite supplements. My daughter takes it. I take it. I first started taking black seed oil years ago, and then I forgot, and then I went off of it for a few years, and then I started taking it again. I love it. And again, I take it every day, typically in the morning when I take my liquid supplements. And again, the theory is it cures everything except death. And I'll leave it at that. And then I'm going to share my next show and tell, and I'm going to share with you a real life example. But I, again, preface it. It's not health advice. Do your own research. Whenever is in JV's hands, I am buying at the end of the stream. I don't even need to know the pitch. JV lives what he says. Thank you, Chandy, respect. What do we buy when there is no more Bitcoin for sale? Good luck. Maybe buy some Ethereum. You're done at that point. Sorry. Stick a fork in them. No, I don't know. There's always going to be Bitcoin for sale. It's just going to be at a premium. Because there's always going to be a hodler willing to sell at a certain price level. So that's my understanding. So even when we have the supply shock and there's no longer the 1.5 million Bitcoin on the exchanges, you're still going to be able to buy some. You just got to pay a motherfucking premium. So maybe it'll be 10x, 100x, 1000x. Who knows? 89 to 61. The witches are winning. Oh no. Boston is up. Portnoy's going wild. You know, Portnoy's a Boston fan, obviously. I've got to get some black seed oil. It's great. I order several bottles at a time. So maybe $30 a bottle. Well worth it. It'll last maybe a couple of months. You take a tablespoon a day. Obviously, if you have a big family, you might consume it a lot faster. Here's for the second share. Oracle was right. This is ivermectin. So let me share a story first. And FYI, this is the ivermectin designed for the horses. It's a horse dewormer. This is not for human consumption. I repeat, this is not for human consumption. This is ivermectin paste, 1.87%, not for humans. But let me share a story with you. If I have your permission, of course, let me know. Okay, COSPA equals next ETH, only better. Anytime the pitch of a coin is, it's Bitcoin, but better. It's Ethereum, but better. It's Solana, but better. Better. It's a bad pitch, and you lose me right there. So, it's like Bitcoin, but it's better, guys. It's not a good pitch. I'm just saying. Just letting you know if you don't know, because I hear that pitch too often. It's like Bitcoin, but better. And I just always scratch my head. Here's the thing. It can never be better than Bitcoin. Let me spank you motherfuckers right now, because now I'm foaming at the mouth. No coin can ever be better than Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the original OG cryptocurrency. It's the first ever. It invented the game. And now we have 30 million altcoins that are all forks of either Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. It can never be better than the original. It's a fucking fork. It's a wannabe. It's a copy. You can fork the Bitcoin network today, call it Bitcoin Sailor Moon, whatever. It's never going to be Bitcoin because it's always going to be an imitation copy. Always. There can only ever be one Bitcoin. So good luck trying to replicate it. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. It can never be better. It's like, what? This new one's better. We copied this. Never. It can never be better. It's always going to be an imitation copy. And you're not going to fool the people running the nodes. They're not going to switch. What happened when Roger Ver forked Bitcoin with Bitcoin Cash? Did he convince the entire network to switch? Nope. Look at Bitcoin Cash since its inception. It's going to zero against Bitcoin. COSPA is the first ever to solve the trilemma. Well, explain to me what the trilemma even is, because I don't even know what COSPA does. I just see the shitcoiners that push all the shitcoiners or the shitcoins on YouTube push COSPA. Like all the biggest influencers with the crypto channels all pushed it. So to me, it just looked like an inside play for the influencers in crypto to get rich. And then your pitch is it's like Ethereum, but better. Okay. Be sure to optimize the liver function before going after parasites. Thank you for the insights. JD, we have an issue with tenants in the DR. We may sell it. Oh, wait, are you telling me they're not paying their rent? Trust, that's nothing new, bro. I dealt with the same shit in the United States. I once owned 4 properties when I was heavy in real estate before the 2008 crash. And guess what? Tenants just stopped paying the rent. And one of them, I went to the motherfucking door to knock on my own house. You're late for the rent. Can you please pay me? The motherfucker brandished a gun. Back then, I didn't realize that was illegal and I could have got him arrested. I was just scared. I'm like, this motherfucker is going to shoot me over some fucking rent. And you know what I did? I got out of real estate. I said, fuck this shit. So much for being a homeowner. And I went several years without owning property. And then more recently, I bought this house. Obviously, I bought a house in Clearwater prior to this, but you see the drift. It's fucked up because people can exercise their, what is it called? Their rights where they don't have to leave. I forget what it's called. And it's a pain in the ass. And they also destroyed my house on purpose. They used cigarettes. I had all new wood floors. I put a lot of money into the crib. I fixed it up. They were fucking scumbags. And they put cigarettes out on the new wood floors. They just fucked up the entire house and never paid rent. And there was nothing I can do about it. So I'm like, wow, I learned a valuable lesson. Not always fun being a landlord. But anyways, JB, we have an issue with this. Sorry to hear that, brother. I misspelled medicine twice. I know what you meant. Yeah, okay. Now to the story. I shared with you a few weeks back that I was in a sauna session. I think it was back in February. And after the sauna session, for the first time in my life at age 42, I broke out with some eczema on my waist on both sides. And it's the most awful condition you can have. I did all my research. They said there's no cure for this type of dermatitis, which is eczema, just as they claim there's no cure for psoriasis. There's no cure for any of these skin conditions. So, for example, you go to a dermatologist, they're going to prescribe maybe some cortisone, maybe some steroid. And then I discovered doing my research that black seed oil is stronger than steroids, as in, what is it called? An anti-inflammatory. This is more effective than the steroid shot. So pick up some black seed oil, maybe. I don't know. Long story short, I started implementing this on my eczema, and maybe 80% of it went away, totally controlled, no itch, no flaring. Pretty happy with the results. No other topical solution. And what I would do is I still take it orally, but I also put some on like a spoon, and then I dap my finger in it and I wipe it on the spot because it's the greatest inflammatory there is. It's a greater inflammatory, like I said, than steroids. It's a greater inflammatory than turmeric and ginger as well. It's the greatest inflammatory I'm aware of. So it's pretty phenomenal. So if you ever get like a bee sting or an insect bite, put some black seed oil on it. It's like magic. It's nature's cure. Right? I got to be careful how I phrase that because according to Western science, there is no cure virtually to nothing. Not even the common cold is there a cure, right? They push poison jabs down your throat, which only make you more sick. So long story short, I'm a big fan of this stuff. Any flaring or itching from the dermatitis, aka eczema, was solved by this. But let's take it a step further. I ordered ivermectin because I did some research on X from my favorite holistic practitioner, Barbara O'Neill, which I reference often. And now again, I don't recommend humans do this because it's not made for humans. But according to the research I did, I decided to do it. Now, I'm not taking this. Again, it's for horses, 1,200 pounds, and I'm not going to risk taking something created for horses. I'm going to take something for human consumption created for humans. So I am not recommending orally taking this whatsoever, just for disclaimer. However, I'm using it as a topical treatment. Today, my third time putting it on, the eczema, gone. Something Western science claims there is no cure for, I dare say, between black seed oil and ivermectin, I dare say I have cured my dermatitis, which is allegedly incurable. So I'm pretty happy right now. So I wanted to share the result once I had a good result from it. And I only did 3 applications of this. And you want to know how inexpensive this is? You can buy a 3-pack for your horses for $28. That makes each box less than $10. A potential cure for a serious skin condition that could end up costing you tens of thousands of dollars, going to the doctor, going to the recommended dermatologist. I don't trust none of them mofos because there's no profit in cures. So always seek your own cure, not medical advice, but do a little research, and you never know what you come across. It's worked for me, and I feel so great because now I can sleep on my side again. No eczema. like magic. So, yeah, I mean, let me read comments. All right, that's why it doesn't make sense sometimes to have real estate. You might as well just have Bitcoin. So, yeah, I look at real estate not as a store of value. I look at it as a liability because there's a lot of expenses with maintaining it, and then you got to deal with the tenants. It's stressful. And it created the type of stress that as a young man, I never wanted to experience again. I don't like being a landlord, personally. I like stacking Bitcoin. It's going to outpace real estate, and there's no liability, and it can't be confiscated. You don't have property taxes. There's no tenant trying to destroy it. So Bitcoin is the apex predator for a reason. Zero Nippinator, drink it like beer, mate. Like I said, a guy I work, take the kind for the horses, and he is still alive and kicking. I also read, again, I'm not recommending it, but the people that recommended this on X also say you can take it as a human, but I'm not recommending taking it as a human. And I just want to be clear, I did not take it as a human. I just topically applied some on the spots. Done deal. It's gone. Like magic. Will I take ivermectin human prescribed? Yes, but it's not going to be the horse one. It's going to be the human one, not the one designed for the 1,200-pound horse. Just FYI. So this dosage is this is a one dose for a horse. You put it in their mouth, and it solves the solution. It's apple flavored for oral use, horses only, removes worms and bots with a single dose. My understanding is all these diseases, including these skin conditions, are all due to parasites. And how do you get rid of, and my understanding, the big C in cancer, same thing, it's parasites. So if you can remove the parasites from your body, you can cure yourself naturally as God intended us, because our bodies are very robust. Our bodies are very volatile, like the Bitcoin price action, and God created us to heal ourselves. Doctors get in the way with science, pseudoscience. Yeah, I mean, and they give us things that never cure the problem and just make things worse over the long haul, and where they can profit from it. So that's been my experience, and I'm just so grateful to share that, because I bet you there's other people here with forms of dermatitis that they say is uncurable. Okay, maybe according to the doctors, but like I said, not health advice, no investment advice, just sharing a personal story. It's worked for me. Shit, it's amazing. I'll leave it at that. Okay, taxes, toilets, and the tenants. The Oracle will have parasites inside. I try to fight them with the prebiotic live bugs. Real estate is retarded. After eating Riverside catfish last night, I probably need some of that Mectum fixin'. Exactly, bro. Exactly. There you go. At least you admit it, Corvette. We're all parasites, allegedly, to the earth. Ivermectin has something to do with it. My understanding is if you take it, you won't get Novid and you won't get sick, because it removes the parasites from your body, which causes you to get sick. And all the medicines perpetuate the parasites and the worms, hence why you remain sick. And the poison jab, yeah, let's just put the dead baby fetus in the body. What can go wrong? Oh, there's a toxic level of mercury and aluminum. This sounds great. Come on now, guys. That was awesome, JV. I'm glad to hear it's working for you. Thank you. I knew I'd find a solution. Like, I had full belief. Zero faith in doctors or Western science, but I have full faith in finding solutions, and this is one of them. Yeah, I mean, my doctor, I just ring up, and he usually gives me whatever I want. No fuss, and it's free. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, brother. I don't think that's the proper protocol, but there's plenty of doctors that will prescribe you whatever toxic drugs you want just because they're making money and they can care less. That's the world we're living in. Yeah, I mean, I just bought the black seed oil capsules and the oil. There is a study that says every person that owns pets has parasites. That would explain it. Makes perfect sense. Our pets get parasites as well. I'm sure you can, there's probably prescriptions designed for dogs as there's for humans and horses. Some humans say they take the horse dosages, not as much, obviously, but a smaller amount, and it cures. Bigger picture is ivermectin does seem to be a miracle drug, and I do believe there's a reason that they, during Novid, that they made it seem, remember they went after Joe Rogan for mentioning it as a viable solution to Novid, and then they criticized him, and they did this whole propaganda spin. Let me tell you why they did that. This is a direct threat to big pharma. This medicine is a direct threat to a $1 trillion industry, or at least hundreds of millions or billions per year. And that's big pharma. Companies like Pfizer. This is a direct threat to companies like Pfizer. So they weaponize the things that are actually good for you, and they try to make it seem like it's bad and humans shouldn't be using it. Remember all the propaganda? Joe Rogan's pushing the horse dewormer. Who's laughing now? Thank you for making the XRP video, JV. Man, it's refreshing to not see all the haters hating on XRP and it's the next Bitcoin. I don't know what you're talking about, Mike, because I don't recall creating an XRP video ever. So I don't know if you're mixing me up with some other handsome gentleman, but that's not me. JV, tell them about the C. Yeah, the big C. I got to be careful because I'm 100% confident Pfizer and Big Pharma are the biggest sponsors on the tube and this platform that I'm streaming on. And if I even mention that word and that there's a potential CURE for it, I have a pretty strong feeling my channel won't exist any longer. So I'm going to not say that, but I think we can put two and two together. There are cures for everything. God made natural cures for everything. Yeah, I mean, just stop listening to the pseudoscience. Bill, if Bitcoin comes right, we'll have the real estate. My friend made $5 million on XRP. He bought 4 Ferraris and reinvested $1 million back into the biddy. Well, I guarantee you he's regretting those Ferrari purchases. If not now, very soon. But none more power to him. He got the Ferraris. There was never been an overdose on ivermectin. Never. The person who created ivermectin got the Nobel Prize for it. Thank you for mentioning. I didn't want to say that, but thank you for mentioning it. Agreed. I've never seen any stories of people overdosing on ivermectin either, so it is safe. It's proven. It's been around a long time, and the guy did get a Nobel Prize for it. So, I mean, what more can we say? Also, my understanding is ivermectin, the ingredients in it are natural from the earth. So, God's cure, in my opinion. Tommy Hatcher, you already know, truly is the one XRP to the moon. I don't know who Tommy Hatcher is. He started off with 10 million. I'd buy a huge house and a forest. I agree, JV. Cars lose their values as soon as you drive them off the showroom floor. He's racing for, oh, okay, he's a racer. More power to him. One music video. Which one should we play? I'm down to play a video. You guys want to see a video? I just need one car that gets me from point A to B and also needs a mansion. Oh, who needs a mansion? There is no second best. Precisely. Nip mess 'em up. The Nobel Prize for ivermectin was given to Satoshi. Look it up. He's a YouTuber. Oh, Carl the Moon. Can't say I'm too fond of that YouTuber. I'm not going to mention why, but a long time ago, I used to follow him. Then he did some super sus things, and I lost all respect for that particular YouTuber. I know he has a massive channel and all that, but not a good dude, in my humble opinion. It's time for the Chandy 10 Jams. That's right. It is time. What? JV, mess 'em up. Which video you guys want to hear? Some of your options: Bitcoin Swagger, Bitcoin Army, Runaway Train. We got a lot of options, a lot of new videos. I just want to mention XRP to the moon. XRP will have way more gains here. Okay, to the B. I disagree. XRP LFG. I disagree. I think Bitcoin's going to do another 1000x from here. Stored on hand, ivermectin, I can't spell. But yeah, I ordered this on Amazon in a 3-pack for $28. I live in Puerto Rico. It took 2 weeks to receive it. I'm pretty confident if you live in the United States, you'll probably get it within a couple of days. But I got 3 packages of this for 28 bucks. The cheapest thing I've ever ordered. These bottles are like 30 bucks a bottle. So this is cheaper than the black seed oil as well. So pretty incredibly cheap. Apple flavored for your horse. Who would have thunketh? Who would have thunketh? My house is 3,400 square feet. It gives my family the space to spread out. And if you have a big family, sometimes a mansion is required. And define mansion. How many square feet exactly? Because for some people, 3,000 square feet or bigger might be a mansion. And for others, it may be 5,000, 6,000 square feet. So how do you define mansion? The mod is blocking all the XRP fans. Enter the echo chamber. Don't know if I see Bitcoin Swagger yet. Well, we might have to play that one. I think that's the one we're going to play. Chandy confirmed it right now. So brand new music video from Chandy 10 Music called Bitcoin Swagger, highlighting video footage taken from the 100K Bitcoin Fiesta that took place right here in Puerto Rico. So let me prep the video, enjoy the video, and let's freaking go.
So chillin' hot with my Bitcoin.
You feel that?
Swagger from the bitty stack. It goes up, up, up. Bitcoin goes.
It goes doing, doing, doing.
It's a thrill ride. A stack deck built so right. Gonna bust out of the firmament. Beyond the water-filled sky.
Trust this, don't wear a nail on your forehead with an opportunity miss. Bitcoin thrust, fiat rust, stamp your future and still.
Keep it with swagger, securing Superman, real B is Satoshi level. Trump card holding kinda killer.
With double using M's for the orange pill, set for making millions.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. Be an Arkansas gem with diamond hands tough.
Got no kryptonite, just orange bitty light. Paper gets wrinkled, crinkled.
Texas,
Hold 'em,
Montana,
hold 'em,
Missouri,
hold 'em,
New York,
hold 'em,
Florida,
hold 'em.
Puerto Rico, El Salvador.
You already know.
Swagger holding with an orange glow.
Prodigy.
Swagger hot.
Reserve to preserve, strategy for
You
prosperity.
feel that?
That's Bitcoin swagger, baby.
Walking like your wallet got laser eyes.
Bitty climbs higher than a high rise. Laser eyes, not surprised.
I got that bitty drip, fiat doing backflips. We don't beg no banker, we just walk with that Bitcoin swag. Bitcoin swagger. QR flash, got cash in my code. Cold wallet chiller than a Yeti in the snow.
Doing, doing, cold store the rocket flame. Take off, lift off, so chill as we fire it up. Moon up, doing up, yup, up.
Dancing on inflation like it's 1984. Ain't no Fed chair telling me where to go. Haters talk smack, I just nod and stack. Flex that orange B like a royal flag. Yeah.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger.
You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame.
You still on fiat? Man, that's tragic. Biddy got me moonwalking.
That's magic.
Royal Prince of popping blocks, thrown on chain. Biddy Moon stepping in the Hall of Fame. Where your savings at? Got mine on a chain, bro. That's why I strut like I own the rainbow. Hey!
Let's go. Oklahoma,
Hold 'em,
Nevada,
hold 'em,
Michigan,
hold 'em,
Oregon.
hold 'em.
Drippy with a cold wallet. Witnessing with action. Bitty, don't stall it.
Biddy fashion, full stack polish. Stacking up proof, not empty wallets. I wear a feather in my hat if I wanna. I own my swagger.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. Tennessee,
Hold up, Washington. Hold up,
South Dakota,
hold Alaska.
Wyoming, New Hampshire,
Bitty secure. Arkansas. That's where I hold them. It's not just a coin. It's a whole dang walk.
Bitcoin swagger. Try and fake it. Nah, you gotta stack it.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. Bring facts. Yo, what the are you eating, bro? Did you just catch yourself a squirrel or a rabbit? I don't even know if I should ask. Facts, that's hilarious. Caught yourself some hairy little critter there. Rocking the Bitcoin shorts, the Bitcoin cap from my man Sergio. I read BitcoinCaps.net. But yeah, I'm curious. Did you catch yourself a rabbit? What's going on over here? Hilarious. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the new Jammy Jam, Bitcoin Swagger by Chandy 10. Fire. I love the new jam, personally. Show your support. Hit that like. On our way to your assigned station, gentlemen. Exactly. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Y'all had such a fun party. The only thing missing was you and Oracle and many others, but pet ferret? Yeah, I don't know what kind of critter he's eating. Cooking up something, brother. Did you go hunting? It must be hunting season. Where do we find that song? Great question. Chandy, drop the link. FYI, all of Chandy's music could be found on X. She no longer has a YouTube channel, so I know it's a little more difficult to find things. But on X, you could find her music. There's a link to the Bitcoin caps from Sergio. And I'm sure Chandy will drop a link for those just joining us. Please do support her. Just follow her on X and repost her content. That's the greatest thing you can do to help spread the word, and we can orange pill more of the masses through the Bitcoin music. Let's do it. Satoshi Amora, ivermectin, baby. What other bitty podcasters are talking about the ivermectin and the black seed oil and striking the motherfucking gong and got a nibbinator indicator? Nobody. Hail Satoshi, please. We got that Bitcoin swag. But anyways, fam, enjoy the rest of your Sat Stack. And Saturday, we're going to end the stream. If we pump significantly, like if we get to like 105, I'll create a new pump watch this evening. But if we just maintain this price level, is what it is. We'll be streaming tomorrow. Same bit time, same bit channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Please support Chandy. Direct link in the chat on your screen. Surge with the update, 102 to 81. The bitches are winning. Oh no, Boston's beating New York Knickerbockers in their own hometown, Madison Square. Oh boy, that sucks. But anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. Make it a great one, and I will see you guys very soon.
Attention, shut Bitcoin, our army, listen up. Huddle gang, rise up. We go left.